Somewhere in a quiet backyard, a man pushes two metal rods into the dirt, connects a thin wire between them, and touches that wire to a small LED bulb. For a second, nothing happens. Then the bulb flickers, then it glows, steady and clear, powered by nothing but soil. No battery pack, no solar panel, no cable running back to the house, just dirt, two pieces of metal, and a reaction most people have never heard of, quietly doing exactly what it's done for over 200 years. Today we're going to dig into this idea from every angle. Why it works, why almost nobody talks about it, and why something this simple has suddenly become one of the most searched energy experiments online. Before we go further, if strange, overlooked ideas like this interest you, go ahead and hit subscribe now, because this channel is built entirely around stories exactly like this one. Let's start with the obvious question everyone asks the first time they see this. How can dirt produce electricity? It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, not something you can recreate in your own backyard for less than the cost of a fast food meal. But the truth is far less mysterious than it sounds, and far more grounded in basic chemistry than most people expect. Electricity, at its core, isn't some rare or exotic force. It's simply the movement of charged particles, and that movement can happen in more places than most of us ever think about. Metals, water, minerals, even the soil under your feet, all of these can play a role in generating a small electrical current under the right conditions. The Earth battery isn't creating energy out of nothing. It's revealing a process that's been happening quietly in the ground the entire time, one that humans stumbled onto centuries before electricity grids ever existed. Picture the early 1800s, decades before anyone had power lines, light bulbs, or anything resembling a modern power source. Scientists at the time were experimenting with basic materials, trying to understand this strange new force called electricity. Somewhere along the way, someone noticed that if you placed two different metals into damp ground and connected them with a wire, a small current would start to flow. It wasn't a huge discovery at the time, not compared to everything else happening in science during that era, but it planted a seed that would resurface again and again over the next 2 centuries. This early observation became known as the Earth battery, a name that sounds almost too simple for what it actually represents, a working, functional method of pulling usable electricity directly from the natural chemistry of soil. So what's actually happening underground when this experiment works? This is where the real explanation begins, and it's simpler than most people expect once you break it down. Soil isn't just dead material sitting there doing nothing. It's full of moisture, minerals, and tiny elements that react differently depending on what comes into contact with them. When you place two different metals into that environment, say copper and zinc, something interesting starts to happen at a microscopic level. One metal begins losing tiny charged particles into the soil, while the other starts absorbing them. That transfer, that constant back and forth movement between the two metals, is what creates a small, steady electrical current. It's essentially the same basic principle used inside a traditional battery, except instead of a sealed plastic case filled with chemical paste, the ground itself becomes the medium making the reaction possible. Now here's where a lot of people get the wrong idea, and it's worth addressing early, because expectations matter here. This isn't a device that's going to replace your electricity bill. It's not going to run your refrigerator, charge your car, or power your entire house. The amount of electricity produced by a single Earth battery setup is small, often just enough to light a tiny LED or run a low power sensor. But the excitement here was never about massive output. It's about the fact that it works at all, using materials that cost less than most people spend on their morning coffee. There's something almost hypnotic about watching a light flicker to life using nothing but two metal rods in the ground beneath your feet, especially when you realize this isn't some rare exception. It's a repeatable, well-documented reaction anyone can recreate. That's exactly why the $8 price tag matters so much in this story. Two metal rods, a length of wire. That's essentially the entire material list. No specialized tools required, no complicated wiring diagrams, no engineering background needed to understand what's happening. Anyone with a backyard, a garden bed, or even a large potted plant filled with damp soil can attempt this experiment within minutes. And the moment that small LED lights up, something shifts in how people think about energy. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like some distant, complicated system locked away in power plants and transmission lines. It feels tangible. It feels like something you can touch, build, and understand with your own hands. But there's a deeper layer to why this experiment has captured so much attention recently, and it goes beyond the simple mechanics of metal and soil. We live in a time where people are increasingly disconnected from the systems that power their daily lives. Flip a switch, the light turns on, plug in a phone, it charges. Very few people ever stop to think about what's actually happening behind that convenience, the turbines spinning somewhere far away, the countless miles of cable stretching across entire regions just to deliver that power into a single outlet. The Earth battery strips all of that complexity away and replaces it with something almost primitive by comparison, A direct, visible, hands-on demonstration of how electricity actually forms. There's no black box here, no hidden machinery, just two pieces of metal and dirt working together in a way that feels almost too simple to be real. And that feeling, that sense of rediscovering something old and forgotten, is exactly what's driving so many people to try this for themselves. It's not really about the electricity output at all. It's about proving that some of the most interesting scientific concepts aren't locked away in laboratories or hidden behind advanced degrees. Sometimes they're sitting quietly in your own backyard, waiting for someone curious enough to notice them. As we continue through this video, we're going to look deeper into why certain soil types produce stronger reactions than others, why some metal combinations barely work at all, while others create a noticeably stronger current, and why this old, mostly forgotten idea keeps resurfacing, generation after generation, refusing to stay buried for long. Let's talk about soil, because this is where the Earth battery story gets a lot more interesting than most people expect. Not all dirt behaves the same way, and the difference between a weak, barely noticeable reaction and a strong, steady current often comes down to what's actually in the ground you're using. If you tried this experiment in dry, sandy soil, you'd likely be disappointed. Maybe a faint flicker, maybe nothing at all. But move that same setup into damp, mineral-rich soil, the kind found near a garden bed, close to a compost pile, or in soil that's been recently watered, and the reaction becomes noticeably stronger almost immediately. And the explanation comes down to two simple factors: moisture and mineral content. Water acts like a bridge, allowing the electrical charge to move more freely between the two metal rods. Minerals act like fuel, giving the chemical reaction more material to work with as it happens. So, in a strange twist, the healthiest, most nutrient-rich soil, the exact kind gardeners spend years trying to build, is often the same soil that produces the strongest electrical response in this experiment. Nature, without any planning or intention, built one system that quietly serves two completely different purposes at once. This naturally leads people down a deeper rabbit hole of experimentation, because once someone understands the basic mechanics, the curiosity rarely stops at just two rods pushed into the ground. People start asking bigger questions. What happens if you use more than two rods? What if you connect several of these simple setups together, spaced a few feet apart, all wired into a single shared circuit? On its own, one Earth battery produces such a small amount of electricity that it can barely power a single small LED. But when multiple setups are linked together, something noticeably different starts to happen. The output begins to stack. It's still far from massive, nowhere near enough to run a refrigerator or charge a laptop, but it becomes enough to keep a small digital device running continuously, enough to slowly charge something tiny over an extended period of time, enough to prove that this simple forgotten concept can actually scale, even on a small backyard level. And that realization is exactly what keeps pulling people deeper into this story, because it raises a much bigger question that's harder to ignore. If something this cheap, this accessible, and this simple can generate real, measurable electricity, why isn't this common knowledge? Why did it take random internet experiments and curious backyard hobbyists to bring this idea back into the spotlight after nearly 2 centuries? The answer isn't some hidden conspiracy or suppressed technology. It's actually much simpler and far less dramatic than that. Earth batteries produce an extremely small, extremely slow amount of power. They were never going to compete with coal plants, hydroelectric dams, solar farms, or modern lithium battery technology. In a world constantly chasing bigger, faster, and more efficient energy solutions, a slow, quiet trickle of electricity pulled from ordinary dirt simply didn't fit the narrative anyone in the energy industry was trying to build. So it got pushed aside, forgotten, buried, almost poetically, under nearly 200 years of newer, flashier inventions that promised far more power, far more convenience, and far more commercial potential. But here's the twist that's brought this old idea roaring back into relevance. In today's world, where more people are becoming interested in self-sufficiency, off-grid living, and genuinely understanding how the systems around them actually function, instead of blindly trusting a wall outlet, this old, slow, seemingly outdated idea suddenly feels important again. It's not about replacing the power grid, and nobody seriously experimenting with this believes that it will. It's about proving a much bigger point, that energy isn't some distant, complicated force locked away inside factories and substations most people will never see. It's chemistry. It's basic physics. It's happening constantly, quietly, directly beneath our feet, whether we ever choose to notice it or not. And once someone sees that demonstrated with their own eyes, using nothing more than 2 ordinary metal rods and a handful of dirt, it genuinely changes the way they think about the entire concept of power generation. There's also an emotional layer to this experiment that goes beyond the pure science, and it's a big part of why this topic continues to resonate with so many people online. Viewers aren't just impressed by the underlying chemistry, they're impressed by how accessible the entire process is. This isn't some project locked behind expensive lab equipment or years of specialized education. A curious 10-year-old with a backyard and $8 can recreate this exact experiment before dinner. A retired hobbyist with a drawer full of old gardening tools can build one of these setups in under an hour. That kind of accessibility is genuinely rare in a world where most exciting scientific discoveries feel completely locked away inside research facilities. Most people will never step foot inside. The Earth battery brings something powerful, both literally and figuratively, back down to a level that almost anyone can reach, touch, and fully understand without needing a single technical manual. As interest in this idea continues to spread across forums, video platforms, and small experimental communities, more people are starting to explore variations on the original concept. Different metal combinations are being tested to see which pairs produce the strongest, most stable current. Different soil types are being compared side by side, from clay-heavy ground to loose, sandy plots, to see which environment consistently performs best. Some experimenters are documenting noticeably stronger results using materials most people would never think to try on their own. Others are combining this old, low-tech method with modern tools, like small digital voltage monitors, simply to visually track how the current builds, fluctuates, and shifts throughout different times of day and different weather conditions. What's emerging from all of this isn't really a new invention at all. It's more accurately described as a rediscovery, a slow, steady return to a simple scientific truth that got buried under decades of faster, flashier, more commercially driven technology. And that rediscovery is exactly why this tiny, cheap, dirt-powered experiment has managed to capture so much genuine attention recently, pulling curious minds in with nothing more than simple observation and the strange, almost humbling reality that the ground beneath us has been quietly holding on to this secret the entire time. By this point, it's worth stepping back and looking at just how far this simple idea has traveled, from a forgotten scientific footnote in the early 1800s to a genuine curiosity that's captured attention all over again nearly 2 centuries later. What started as a strange, almost gimmicky-looking experiment at the beginning of this video has slowly revealed itself to be something much deeper once you actually understand the mechanics behind it. 2 simple metal rods, some ordinary dirt, and a chemical reaction that's been quietly available to humans this entire time. No factory involved, no power line stretching for miles, no monthly bill showing up in the mail, just raw, basic materials, and a natural process that's been running long before anyone had the tools or the curiosity to properly measure it, study it, or give it a name. And that's really the core reason this idea keeps resurfacing every few years, pulling in a fresh wave of curious people who stumble across it for the first time and genuinely can't believe something this simple actually works. What makes this particular story stick with people long after they've watched it isn't really about the science itself. It's about the shift in perspective the whole idea creates. We live in a world where energy feels like something we depend on completely, but rarely take the time to actually understand. We flip a switch and expect light instantly. We plug in a phone and expect it to charge without a second thought. Most people never stop to consider the actual process happening behind that convenience. The turbines spinning somewhere far away, the transformers quietly doing their job, the miles upon miles of cable stretching across entire countries just to deliver a small, steady stream of power into a single wall outlet. The Earth battery strips all of that hidden complexity away completely and shows the rawest, most basic version of electricity generation that most people will ever witness in person. It reminds us that energy isn't some invisible, mysterious force locked away inside machines we'll never actually see or touch. It's chemistry. It's physics. It's happening constantly, quietly, in places we walk past every single day without ever giving it a second thought. And maybe that's the real reason this experiment continues to fascinate so many people. Not because it's ever going to replace solar panels or fully power a home, but because it proves something much bigger than the demonstration itself. It proves that curiosity still matters, even in a world full of advanced technology and instant answers. It proves that some of the most interesting discoveries left to explore don't require million-dollar laboratories or years of advanced education. They simply require someone willing to ask a basic question and actually take the time to test it themselves. Someone willing to push 2 ordinary pieces of metal into the ground just to see what happens next. That kind of hands-on, hands-dirty curiosity used to be far more common long before information was instantly available at our fingertips, and experiments started feeling like something only trained scientists were allowed to attempt. The Earth battery, in its own quiet way, brings a piece of that spirit back to life. It reminds us that understanding the world around us doesn't always require overwhelming complexity. Sometimes it simply requires paying closer attention to what's already there. There's also something genuinely worth sitting with here about how easily we tend to overlook the resources already surrounding us every single day. We spend enormous amounts of time and energy chasing new technology, faster processors, bigger batteries, more efficient solar panels, that we often forget to look at what's already freely available, sitting quietly beneath our own feet the entire time. The Earth has been holding on to this small, steady trickle of energy for as long as humans have existed, long before anyone had the scientific tools necessary to properly measure it. It took nearly 2 centuries of scattered scientific curiosity, half-forgotten experiments, and now a modern wave of people rediscovering old, overlooked ideas to bring this concept back into the spotlight where it belongs. And it genuinely makes you wonder how many other simple, overlooked processes might be sitting right in front of us at this very moment, quietly waiting for someone curious enough to finally notice them. Of course, it's important to stay realistic about exactly what this experiment does and doesn't offer, especially after spending this much time exploring it together. This isn't a replacement for modern energy systems, and nobody seriously experimenting with Earth batteries is claiming it will power an entire home or eliminate anyone's electricity bill overnight. What it does offer instead is something arguably far more valuable in a world constantly obsessed with bigger, faster, flashier solutions. A genuine reminder that the fundamentals still matter, even in an advanced technological age. Long before massive power grids, long before lithium batteries, long before solar farms stretched across entire deserts, humans were already generating small amounts of usable electricity using nothing more than metal and dirt. That foundational knowledge never actually disappeared. It simply got buried underneath decades of newer, more commercially attractive innovations. And every single time someone rediscovers it, dusts it off, and demonstrates it working in real time, it quietly reconnects all of us to a much older, much simpler relationship with energy. One built on genuine observation and hands-on experimentation, rather than pure convenience and endless consumption. This is exactly the kind of story this channel was built around. The moments where something small, cheap, and completely overlooked ends up carrying a much bigger lesson underneath the surface once you actually take the time to dig into it properly. Whether it's forgotten inventions, strange historical experiments, or quiet economic patterns hiding in plain sight, there's almost always something deeper going on beneath the surface once you're willing to look closely enough. And that's genuinely what this channel is all about, taking these overlooked ideas and breaking them down in a way that stays simple, clear, and genuinely interesting, without unnecessary complexity getting in the way of understanding. So here's where you come in, because a video like this doesn't reach more curious minds without a little help. If this video made you look at something as ordinary as dirt a little differently, if it made you pause even for a moment and think about how much untapped potential might be sitting quietly around us every single day, then this story has already done exactly what it set out to do. If you found this genuinely interesting, drop a comment below and tell me what surprised you the most, whether it was the underlying science, the incredibly low price, or simply the fact that something this simple actually works in real life. I read every single comment personally, and I genuinely want to know what stood out most to you. And if you think someone else in your life would find this just as fascinating as you did, go ahead and share this video with them right now. Send it to that one friend who's always curious about strange, overlooked ideas, or that family member who loves experimenting with random little projects in the backyard. This channel continues to grow because of people exactly like you passing these stories along to others, and every single share genuinely makes a real difference in helping more curious minds discover this content. If you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed, because this channel is only just getting started. And there are so many more strange, overlooked, and genuinely fascinating stories just like this one still waiting to be uncovered. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss the next one, and I'll see you in the very next video, where we dig up something else the world quietly forgot to pay attention to.